Hello everyone, Tyler here, and today I will be looking at Thomas Finch rail rollers, which I got at the flea market with my therapist, Mr. Ernest. Now, for those who don't know what rail rollers are, rail rollers was a Thomas toy line that ran from 2015 to 2017, and it depicted the engines as balls that you can put on this set where they would roll around and spin around the same place where Sir Topham Hatt is. They could also be lifted by this little sensor here that drops them off. Now, this Thomas and Friends toy line wasn't as popular as something like our Golden Railway or even Take Along, and was discontinued 2 years after it first came out. And I'm just gonna, and I think why, and I don't know why it was discontinued, but I'm just gonna think right now that it didn't really sell that well and wasn't really that popular. Where you consider the other Thomas toys released around released by 2015. Like Trackmaster 2, regardless of the bad reputation it has, Take and Play 2014, even if the quality became shit, and the engines had ugly, bulky magnets. Inland Railway stayed practically the same, surprisingly, until 2019 with Thomas Wood, but anyways. These toys are balls, and only 6 engines, there's my other finger, were ever released. That being Thomas, Diesel. Thomas and Diesel came in a set, but Diesel was exclusive to the set, with Gordon, James, Percy, Toby, and Emily. And Emily was like the only female engine. We never got any female engine in this line like Rosie or someone, because I'm guessing before Venture's era of Thomas and Friends, Emily was the only main female engine in the cast, even though there was other recurring female engines like Mavis, Daisy, etc. Weird how this Thomas toy line only did 6 engines on the main cast and Diesel, but not other recurring characters like Rosie, Spencer, Charlie, Hero, etc. All that, and especially no rail rollers of Henry or Edward. And if they did, and I'm sure if they did I think this line wouldn't sell a bit well, I don't know. But what I do know is that I can finally show off how these toys work. Here, I'll take Toby for example. Now, the way that these toys work is that this little sensor here lifts them up and down. Okay, put Toby there, and we're gonna lift them high up and high up, and then Toby rolls over, and that's where he meets Sir Topham Hatt. Yeah, that's how these toys work. My apologies if I didn't give that good of a demonstration, but this thing is really annoying, especially when you put any of the engines shaped as balls on there, and it gets hard for this thing to lift up the engines because it always falls the F down. Now we're going to try Percy next, as long as I can get this thing to stay up. Ah, crap. Okay, got Percy up. And now we'll go on to Toby. Gordon and Diesel are left, and I'm going to choose Gordon. And you can also place the rail rollers here. Much easier. And Diesel's last, so you can also place them here. Yeah, pretty simple fun for a children's toy, even though this is literally a Thomas and Friends toy meant for younger children. But I just picked it up because it looked interesting to me. And even though they're simple and small, I do like how they still keep the engine's colors accurate, or whatever, even though there's literally small miniature balls, and yeah, some of them are scratched up. I'm guessing the previous owner had a lot of fun with them, and they've been well loved, especially since these Thomas toys are like 10 years old. Toby feels mostly Mission, Gordon's nose is scratched, and Diesel has this tiny bit of wood on his, scratched up wood on his face. I don't know if that's the toy peeling off, or if the original owner somehow scratched something on Diesel's face. So I don't know if it's a stain or anything, but whatever. I'm glad to have this anyway. Hello, Tyler. Hello, Gordon. What do you think of this set? It's disgraceful. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, and yeah, have a good day. I'll just sign this video off.